Good afternoon. How are you doing? Or good morning. Well, I hope you can hear me. Hope everything is working out pretty good. I know over here you guys can see the TV and the little light display back there. Um, but I can pretty much center this um, painting or soon to be painting. So you guys got a pretty good shot of it and the side of my face. Sorry, that's the way the ball bounces. All right, what I've done so far, this is 18 by 12 watercolor paper, double glued, two sheets glued on to each other. I took some paint, thinned it out. Well, I put a lot of water on the paper, then took some paint and just, put it on there and let the water do whatever it does. And that's what we have. I wiped off the rest I really don't need. Okay, so this is almost like a reverse type of painting. This would represent more or less the sky. So we're gonna put some clouds in where you see the white, and I might put a little bit of gray, brown, and blue mix in there to give it some depth. So we'll play around with a different way of doing clouds. All right, hello, Joswina. Hello, Jessica. So we're gonna get red on it. We're gonna start right now. All right, I might slap a little bit of glycerin in there. Also, if anybody got any questions or anything, just type them in the chat. I'm gonna start with the 1/2 inch brush, dip a little glycerin. I'll put it right in here somewhere. I know we don't have too much sunlight today, but I'll pop the light on. Okay. All right, we'll just go into our white. Throw it in here where the glycerin is. We're gonna need a lot more white than that. I'll just pop it in there like so. Hey, Rosemary, how are you? Welcome, everybody. And we're gonna get a slight touch of blue. If I can get it, there we go. Just put it in there like that. Okay. All right. What type of blue we got? Got Winsor blue. That's probably Winsor blue too. Cad red. Burn umber, titanium white so far. Okay, let's look up here. We have that sky going in this direction. All right, so we'll try to get the clouds to pretty much go in that direction too. I'm just gonna fill this in. Like I say, it's got a little bit of glycerin in there. And blend this color into what I've already done. Okay, I'm not really looking for any type of texture going on with it or anything. Not at this point. But we're just gonna keep it moving in that direction. Just like that, just keep it at an angle. Okay. Obviously with titanium white, even though I got a little bit of color added in, it's all right. It's going to be a little opaque. It's okay. But to get it to blend nicely with the rest, or blend nicely with what I already have, you just go in that direction. If I tend to use up this mix that I have, I'll just mix some more. One of the reasons why I keep such a simple color palette. Okay, so we just get some more white, plenty of it. Get a touch of glycerin in there, loosen that paint up a little bit. Another small touch of blue if I can get some. There we go. And bring that color back a little, just like so. Okay, and we just continue right along. Once again, I'm just going to concentrate on having the sky in that angle. You just keep working at it. Keep plugging away. Now, as I'm looking here, I like what some of these downward drops are doing, and I want to keep those, so I'm going to just scumble away. And what I mean by that is that I have very little paint on it. I get some of the color in there, but I don't want to get rid of like things like that. I'll keep those in there. So I'll come toward the edge, work it. Just work some of that in there like that. If I get a little close, I'll just move away from that area. Okay. Once again, I'll just keep with the angle. If there's something in there that you don't like, you don't care for, it's all right. You just paint red on over it. And we'll start building all of this up little by little. Okay, let's take a little touch of brown. Put it right here. A little bit of blue in that brown, it'll gray it up. A little more brown. Makes a good underbelly of clouds. Okay. I don't want it really that dark, so we'll lighten it up a little bit. Just a little bit. You can have it as light as you want or as dark as you want. All depends on what you're looking for. Okay. And I think I'll have it come around in here somewhere. I need to add some glycerin to it because I want to blend it better. So as I come up in here, something like that. While it's wet, you can just rub your finger in there and smooth some of that over. Okay. And wherever I feel I can use some, because it will represent the underneath of the clouds. Blend it out. I'm gonna still keep with that angle. All right. Right up in here. If anything, I like to kind of blend out the tops and the bottoms. I'll keep the intensity in there. All right. I can feel the paint tacking up, which is fine. That's cool. No biggie. Let's throw a little bit of love this way. You see, I'm still keeping up with the angles. And just wipe it pretty good. Nothing wrong with using your finger. Finger helps with the blend. Okay. All right. Hey, Ian, how are you, sir? Things are all right, Ian. I've been watching, you popped up some newer videos. It seemed like you were missing for a little bit. Hope everything is well. It's good to see you. And how's Junior been? Still making music? Hey, It Matters, how are you? All right, we're gonna throw in some bright white, just pure titanium white. We'll just pop a bit in there. No glycerin or anything. A few highlights here and there. I'm just using the side of the brush. I'm just scumbling some random patterns in this. very little paint, and I'm just really going over where there's pretty much the white spots in the paper. Once again, this is 12 by 18 inch watercolor paper. I'm still going in that angled direction. Okay. Oh, we'll play with some in here. And I wanted that broken up look. Clouds come in so many different variations and shapes and sizes. You can pretty much have your way with it. Pretty much all in what you see in your mind's eye at the time. Okay. And usually I'll pause and I'll take a good look at it and see if it's what I'm looking for, if it's coming together okay. You know, I can blend some of this white into the darker color just to fade it in a little. I can come in here and clean some of this up a bit. I gotta probably work on getting another camera. I don't like the quality bothers me a little bit, so it might be time to trade in and get new models. You know, they serve their purpose, so it's all good. Holidays are coming up, and so I'm not really knowing if I have to I know I gotta be a video guy, but I don't know if I have to play or not, and that takes up a nice chunk of time, you know. Sony ZV-1, let me write that down. Station identification. Hold on, guys. ZV. Okay. Thank you, Ian. And for those of you who might not be familiar with Ian Apples, he's an artist out of Australia. He does wonderful tutorials, and he has a unique language all his own. Really interesting tips and tricks how to achieve certain looks that you might be looking for. So you might want to give him a, you know, just click on his icon there and okay, thanks. Click on his icon and you can check out. I know he's live on Friday. His Friday anyway. But he is live on Fridays. You can check him out. You see what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. So I've got some cloud stuff going on here. I can probably soften up some more things. I think I'll do that before I go on to a mountain here. I'll do a mountain today. Sonia, if I knew that you were going to be on watching, I would have showed you about this, the issues with the covered bridge that you're having. Maybe the next time I come on, I'll do a covered bridge right from scratch so you can see what I'm talking about and what Bruce is talking about. He pretty much had the same issues in the beginning too. Okay, but I'll show you how you can go about that. All right, it's a technique that you just got to get accustomed to. There's only a few rules to it, and you'll be able to pretty much do anything you want. Okay. Once again, I'm still keeping with the angles here. So when I stop, do something else, come back to it and look, and I'll see what I need to pretty much touch up or leave alone or whatnot. All right. It's good for every artist to do that. Sometimes you just have to stay still, look at it, or go away from it, come back, you look at it with almost a different. Oh, okay. Different. Look at it with different eyes. All right. Alrighty then. Let us deal with this mountain. A few ways you can do the mountain. I guess more or less for time constraint, I'll use a lighter brush. This is probably all dried up anyway, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna go with the brown here. We'll make our mountain mix brown in this really deep blue. I really enjoy this blue. Okay, so it's umber and Windsor blue, very deep color. All right. It doesn't take much for a mountain mix, as you can see. This is pretty much it. If you want to deepen it or whatever, you can add a touch of red to it. I'm gonna get some water. Really shouldn't use water. I wanted to use well, I'll use the water. And for the mountain mix, okay, you just apply it, whether you're on watercolor paper or you're on canvas, apply it pretty thin, because you just want a base color, really. All right. Okie dokie. So, what shape mountain? Where do you want the main peaks? I try not to put the peak in the center. I'll try to go off to one side or whatever, but you know, it all depends. I guess I'll do a typical in the center thing. I'm not really a fan of the inner, in the peak in the middle, but we'll just do it that way. And because pop this guy in here like that. And I have to just make a monstrous one. Why not? Why not? We'll just do a big one. I'll come here. I like my mountains a little craggy looking. You know, put a nice gully in there like that, and then we'll come up. And the edges of the mountain have them pretty sharp there. Okay, I'm not really concerned about this. Okay. As long as that edge is pretty tight up there. All right. Okay. Like I said, there's so many ways to do a mountain. All depend. Oh yeah, he's quite a few hours ahead of us, I believe. And so I'll just fill out the mountain. As you can see, I'm running out of mountain mix, but that's okay. Look at this color palette. It's not hard for you to you know, get some more. Okay. And I'm just using, really, I'm just using the paint right out of the tube here. All right. Nothing no more than that, just to paint out the tube. Once again, I guess I use a little bit of water than the glycerin. Glycerin tends to, the paint with glycerin, depending on how much glycerin you use, it tends to sit on top of the paint. Okay, so it all depends on how much of this stuff you use. So it's up to you how much of that you want to put on there. Okay, I think I'll have this mountain come down a ways, and I'll smooth it out down here. Scrape some of that up there. I don't necessarily have to have the mountain color all flat and smoothed out. Some of these, the different hues you see, actually would help you out. Okay, up to you. All right, we'll keep it at that somewhat. Let's clean off this brush. We'll try to fade some of that out. Be mindful that when you do stuff like this, mountains and animals or whatever you tend to paint tends to grow on you. I'm going into a little bit of glycerin, it just reactivates the paint and it helps you fade stuff out a little bit. All right. Now, once again, this is watercolor paper. All right, this is not canvas, so it's gonna look a little different. I just wanna get some of this going, fade it out a bit, bring it down. Like I said, there's different ways you can do this to achieve the look you want. All right, this is just one of the many ways you can pretty much get this going. Okay. You don't necessarily have to use this brush. And yes, I'm scrubbing it in pretty heavily, going in a certain angle on each side. It's all right. I'll take a little bit of white and we'll just kind of clean that up a little bit. Get a little misty type of thing happening. And once again, this is almost like me blocking out the mountain. It just makes this bottom stuff disappear a little, just to clean it up. All right, you can add whatever you want later on. I just want to clean that mess up and just fade it into the mountain a bit. And then we'll work from there. All right. None of that really matters. You can soften that up. All depends on how much of that you want. I didn't really do anything with the mountain yet to kind of warrant that, but you can. It's whatever fits and works for yourself. Okay. All right. Okie dokie then. Yes, it's noon here, but it's only 9 o'clock in California. Joswina is what, 11 hours, 12 hours ahead of us, something like that. 6 hours. She's 6 or 7 hours ahead of us. I think Ian is about 11 hours now until we push our clocks back. He'll be 12 hours, I believe, in back of us. Okay. Many ways to do a mountain. I prefer the palette. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I prefer the palette knife. It's just the way I learned. Okay. And it's what I prefer. All right. And I'm just adding the titanium white to the mountain mix. Okay. You do whatever color you feel for your mountain. I drag it out like that. Now, quiet. Nobody wants to hear you. You're a bum. Let's zoom this in. A little bit. I think that's actually perfect. I really don't have to do too much of that. All right. Mountains. Let me show you something about mountains. Let me show you, like, if you guys were painting with me. This should be dry enough for it. And white pencil. Let's say, let's go here. See the little peaks here? Okay. And at the center of the peak right here. Will it show? No, it will not. Of course it won't. That's all right. We'll do it with water and white paint. It's all good. Okay. So, in the middle here. All right. Just take it and, a little zigzag like this, and you come back around here. Something like that. All right. So it looks like a little road there. All right. That's just a guide. Okay. It all depends on what you're looking for in your mountain. This one here, do the same thing. Come here. You can come this way. Come all the way over here. Do something crazy. Come here. All right. And maybe you can have it come to a V right there. So you got a little gully. You have all sorts of interesting things happening there. Okay. Well, it's an interesting little start to your mountain. Here, the peaks here, come down, and you have this one kind of come down and maybe slant this way, like that. All right, so some of this making sense to you now? So some of the most simple things to do with a mountain, if you would like, come here, and just kind of add something there and branch it off and come down this way like that. All right, and you got this guy here, have it point that way. All right. You don't necessarily have to do it this way, up to you. have it go this way, and maybe we have this guy go straight down, and we'll have it meet here or something. Who knows? Something like that. Who knows? Okay. Now, when you do a mountain, depending on what kind of mountain you have, you've got obviously a left and a right side, and your texture will go in that direction. Your texture will go to the lower left in that direction, no matter where you are in this. Okay, and it can be slanted like this. It can be a deep slant. Okay, all depends. It can be a deep slant here, straight down, pointed that way. All right, all depends on what you're looking for. It can be pretty shallow. It can come this way. All right, so it's really, really up to you what direction you want to go. So Ian's a great pitch man. Love it. But yeah, so all depends on which way you want to go with your mountain. This blurriness is driving me crazy. I keep touching the focus, but it's really not the focus, it's the camera. I think you guys see it pretty good online. I think it's just my my TV that's doing it, because I'm looking at it online also, and it seems to be all right. Looking at it from the phone, it seems to be, like I said, it seems to be all right. Okay, so now that I've established how you should do it, we're going to implement that. Okay, all right. We have this. Hey, Mary, how are you? Giving a quick little mountain tutorial here. I messed around with some crazy looking clouds. Okay, so we have a thin roll of paint here. All right. Now, with a palette knife, you tend to want to put your finger on here. But if you do that, okay, I'm just exaggerating, you tend to put pressure on the knife like that, and it bends. You're not making a cake or anything, okay? So you just take it and you stir it like a car. Follow me? All right. So like this. All right, you'll get accustomed to the feel of the paint on the canvas or the paper, something to get accustomed to. All right, right now I'm not so concerned about what side, the light side or the dark side. Okay, we'll get to that. All right. Okay, so let's play. We'll start over here. We'll start over here on this side. We might go this way, or might go that way. It all depends. But you know, I already got the little framework here. So let's start on this side. You see where the white is here. You want to cover that up, okay? And you will. And very lightly, very light. All right. Don't. I'll give you an example here. Don't force it. Like let's go here. Don't take your paint, press, and do one of these numbers. All right, don't do that. That's taking the knife. That's taking the knife and just mashing it. Don't do that. That's not what you're looking for. Okay? Not what you're looking for. I know I got it on here, but that's all right. We'll cover that up. But that's what you don't do. Okay? You take it extremely light. Very light touch. I'll show you here. Very light touch. And you let the paint break. Take it. See this? That's what you do. Just like that. That's what you're looking for. Okay. That's what you're looking for. We'll come here. And we'll keep playing with it there. The flatter you have the brush, the better. Come here on the side. Now you wonder, how do I get so close that I'm going over? You just keep practicing it, really. If you want, add a little bit there. I can just take the knife itself, turn it like so. You don't want to cover every single bit of the dark. Okay, don't try not to do that anyway. We'll come here, we'll do the same thing. We'll just come here at an angle, very lightly. Come on down. Do the best you can. Just come on down with it, curve it like so. This will all make sense in a minute. Okay, it might look crazy right now, but trust me, we'll get her going. We'll come up here, up top here. Come here. However, if you want to go straight down, go straight down. It's all right. As you can see how the paint starts to break up. Come here like this. Come down around, bring it downward. I don't want to cover every single bit. Leave some of the breaks in there. Okay. Now come here, add a few little bits in here, like so. All right. Running out of mountain makes. That's all right. We'll make some more. You can make some more. Easy to do. Easily match the color. Add a little white in that. Brighten it up. And yes, it is a very weird blue-green mix for a mountain color. Very odd for a mountain color, but it's okay. Because you can layer on top and layer on top and layer on top. You can have very unique colors going on there. Okay, we'll come here where we kind of, where I kind of pressed it a little too crazy, but it's all right. Now that's a little, it's a little dark, but we'll keep it. We'll keep it. So just add a little more white to it. I'll brighten it up a little bit. I like to do my mountain mix, or at least when I spread the knife out like that, I wipe off the blade. I like my paint to be put on the palette knife pretty thin. This is not too thin, but just go very light. You can kind of feel it as it does what it does. Actually, let me borrow some from there, put it right here. You can do that too, if you are inclined to do so. We'll come here, we'll add some right in here. Come in here. Now the paper itself helps with all that breaking up of the paint also, so it helps you along. Even in this, what you see me doing here, it really depends on how dark or how light you want it. You can choose what will be your light side, your dark side, up to you. All right. Let's see here. We'll do a little bit here, just a little bit. Right up in here. We'll bring this one down. Come on down, come on down. Now, I don't have glycerin or anything on this watercolor paper, nothing of the sort. We'll cover up some of that white there. We'll come here. We'll make this one pretty shallow like that. Just like so. I think we've pretty much got it for this one side anyway. We're going to work on the other side. Pretty fun to do them. I noticed for me, what works for me anyway, is that if I don't have any glycerin or anything slippery here, the paint tends to grab and break a little easier. To each their own, okay? You don't necessarily have to do it this way. If you want the glycerin on there, that's also fine. But it to me, it just helps out doing that. All right, so we'll let that dry and set. Like say, I guess we'll make a darker blend for the other side naturally. It's just the way our brains tend to be wired. Okay, so I'm going into the darker blue. I'm gonna add a little brown in that, grade up a bit. Okay, that'll work. Some people might like a really drastic change in their mountains to the left and right side. Some people might like a little slight change in their mountains. That's also up to you. All right. Okay, get a little bit of the darker version of that said color. And we're going to go on the other side. And we're going to, when you get to the other side of the mountain, we're going to mix some of that going up into the other mountain. All right, you'll see how it pans out. Let's start down here. We'll come right in here and you mix it and curve it right up into the other mountain, the other half of the mountain. All right, and I'll get rid of some of that blue stuff there. Make it, I like my mountains a little on a craggy side. Okay, and I'm just going in the opposite direction, going downward, and we'll swoop it up into the other colors, like so. All right, Ian, it's a pleasure to see you, brother. It's always a pleasure. And once again, guys, go check his site out. Okay, he got different techniques on how to do sunsets and water and animals, the whole 9 yards. He does a little bit of everything. Okay, and explains it very well. So go check him out. Like I say, he's live on Fridays. He's what they say, a good blog. All right, so hopefully you guys can start to see how some of this stuff is coming together. Okay, I'm gonna go right up in here, pop some of that color up in there a little. Okay, now these won't be the only two colors we'll be using, because there'll be a highlight color also. Come here, bring that knife down a little bit. Let it break up and do what it does. Just like that. Don't neglect to leave some of that dark mountain color. Okay, that helps with the depth and the definition when you do these. Okay, and let's say if it's not exactly turned out the way you look, keep going because you're not finished yet. All right, you're not finished yet. Now, some of you are right-handed, some of you are left. Most of you are right-handed. I'm left. Okay. Actually, I'm ambidextrous. I can do it with my right hand. But most of you are not ambidextrous, which is why I try not to do it with both hands. I can, but I just don't. Even that, it kind of confuses some people. But if need to be, I will. If I have to, I will do it with the other hand, if I have to. So as you see, I'm bringing some of this darker color into the lighter color. Blend it right in there. So hopefully you start to see how this is coming together here. Now your eye sees the light and dark, even though we're using blue-green, doesn't matter. What your eye sees is light and dark. Okay, I'll come here very lightly and I'll get some patterns going in there. And remember, when you're doing left and right side of the mountain, stay true to it. All right, stay true to those colors. Stay true to the direction you're going with it. Okay, as you see, I'm running out of that darker color, but it really doesn't matter at this point. We're almost there with this guy. Come on, out here, like so. All right, let's well, I ran out of white, so we're gonna have to hold on for a second. Let's get some more white. I do my paintings in a way where I try not to use a whole lot of colors on the palette because I don't know how much of it I really need, and I don't care for wasting paint that much, so I'll use a little bit at a time. Okay, all right, so we have our what's that? We got our white. I'll use a little touch of blue in that white. I don't necessarily want to totally blend it. Okay, something looking like that. I'll probably get it a little bit brighter than that. And just kind of spread it out pretty thin. Like that. That'll be interesting enough. So it's marbled. It's not really truly if you guys can see it better that way. No, you cannot, because the sun is going toward the window in that direction. But it is marble. Okay, so it's a mixture of that light blue and the white together. All right. Okay. Let's take a little swipe. And we'll go, well, obviously we're gonna go here for the light side. It gets really interesting. Now, let me explain this. You already have texture on your paper. It's the paint itself. You might feel it, you might feel a little bit, but there's a lot more than you think. One, you got the texture of the paper, just watercolor paper. The same thing with canvas, because it's got the canvas feel to it. It all helps in the breaking up of the paint to give you that illusion of craggy rocks and such. Okay, so basically, you just go in the direction you feel you need to go with it. Start off strong, get yourself a nice little ledge. Okay, and very lightly, if you can, very lightly, just put it in that direction. Okay, don't worry, the paint, as Mr. Ross would say, the paint will take off what it wants and give you the rest. And he's right. He's definitely right. And wherever your ledges are, go there. Okay, go to where the ledges are. And I'm very lightly touching this, and I'm going in just like so. Bring it down. You don't have to go all over the place with it, just key areas. I'll come here, bring some there. And basically what I'm doing really is trying to cover all those white marks I put on there from before. But I think you can see how everything's starting to form and come together. Okay. Come up here, I'll just take it and go straight down. Like so. Come here, do the same thing. Bring some of this light into the darker areas. Okay. I'm gonna come here, come down, come up a little bit. Have it go in its general direction. I'm just picking my little battles here. And just keep looking at it. All right, I'm glancing over here at this screen, the larger screen. You guys can't see me pointing, but I got a larger screen over there, and I'm just checking it out. Right where you see the ledge, that's where you want to aim some of that. Out here, up there, you got an angle here, bring the angle downward. Right up in here, take it very shallow. Now, if you got a real thick, if it globs up on you like that, don't worry about it. Because I can just take it pressed and get rid of some of that. So it's all right. Hashtag panic not. Okay. Get some more, scrape up the rest here. Friend right up in here, go down like that. If you run out, okay, get a little bit of that, a little bit of brown, a little more brown than that. Just make some more. Okay, add a little more white to it. And then I'll add some white, marble it a little bit. We'll return back to our scheduled program. That's cool. Oh, kind of wisp some in this area right in here. I'm still looking, checking things out, see if I need to have anything a little bit brighter. And if I do, I'll add that. So let's get rid of some of this. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to use it. I'll just toss it. Let's get pure white. A little bit, flatten that out. Extremely thin. Go across. Very thin. Okay. So if I wanted snow-capped stuff, okay, because this will pass. This is fine. But if I wanted snow-capped things going on, I will take it right from where the ledge would be, and just a little bit. Just follow the ledge down. Come here, follow it down a little bit. Once again, you have texture on here. Okay, you're just guiding the knife where you want it to go. Go straight down. It kind of doesn't matter your direction now because you've already established that. I don't have to add ridiculous amounts of paint to this. Curve it up and in. But as you can see, things are starting to build up. Just come here, add some down in here. I don't have to press too hard. I don't really have to overshadow the previous colors too much. Come here, just see. You're doing it a little bit at a time. All right. No, the lines will disappear. Those lines will go away. And we'll do a little bit of love right in here like that. Yeah, you step away for a second, I'll have a whole complete painting done. You know, bathroom breaks are bad with me. You come here, YouTube have you look at another video. I'll be finished. But as you see, I'm just adding more depth to it. The brighter the highlight, obviously, the less of it you really need. It all depends on what you're looking at for a mountain. What do you want your mountain to look like? How craggy do you want it? How detailed do you want it? It's all up to you. We'll come here. We don't necessarily have to go to the top. We'll come here and add some love this way. And we'll go straight down with this one too. Like that. And just a little bit there. Come here like that. Okay. So as you see, when you find that the little ledges, you add your paint to the ledge, and you follow the pattern downward. Once again, it all depends on what you're looking for. Okay, it really does. Now this shadow side here, we can keep it like that because it looks like a certain time of day where the gullies are very deep like that. Okay, you can do that, yes, no problem. Or you can take some white and some blue. We'll mix it pretty good here. I don't really think that's enough. We'll thin it out. And you're just adding some refracted light to this edge. You follow me? We'll come right to the ledge, go on the other side, go down. Refracted light, refracted light. All right, so I want you guys to really pay attention and check out what I'm doing here. Okay. And basically, I'm just adding more detail to the mountain to make it look, quote unquote, more realistic. So you got some refracted things going on there. You don't have to add, you add even less, really. You come right to its edge, okay? Usually it's a little more effective right at the edges and going down and, well, pretty much what you see me doing here. Just trailing it. And you don't have to purposely make it meet anything. Okay. But mainly, you're accentuating the ridges, the mountain ridges, the peaks. Come down, angle. All right. We got little bits, very lightly. Just go across. If you don't feel the paint come off, you probably have the palette knife at too high an angle. Okay. Excuse me. But how's that for a mountain? It does not look anything like when it started. Once again, I've been doing this for a minute, and you'll get accustomed to it. Okay, you will. I swear you'll get accustomed to doing these. You'll start to see the patterns and everything. But you can, even with this, you can just keep building on it and keep building on it and keep building on it. I can make this look even more ominous by glazing. And I think I can show you that because it's almost dry. All right. Okay. So let it dry. Let's take I'll take another brush. It really doesn't matter what brush I use, really. I'll just take this Hog's Hair fan brush, a little heavier brush. I'll take a little bit of white. Okay. The smallest amount of blue in there. All right, more white. And I'm gonna scumble some clouds, some mist in there. Now, I don't have any glycerin here, so it's just paint and the dry paper. So what I say by, I see you set a little. Be well, hope you get positive results there, dear. I'm just reading what you guys are writing. Okay, we'll come here. That's not bright enough, not white enough. A little more white to that. Okay, so we'll come here down below, and I'll scumble. The reason why I'm going so far below is to take most of that paint off the brush, because you still want to see detail in your mountain area. So I'm going down below, get a lot of the paint off, and then you come up here and you lightly add it. But as you can see, as I'm adding this stuff, you still see some of the detail of the mountain. You're not totally washing it all out. I'm going in a circular motion. I'm using the flat of the brush. Okay, obviously I ran out of white. That's okay. I'll just add some more real quick here. You just need a little touch of a really small amount of white. You don't necessarily have to do this with a fan brush. All right, I chose it because it's a Hog's Hair brush, a little tough. Okay, and the watercolor paper can take it easily. Go down below, get most of that paint off, and then you gradually go up into your mountain. Okay, down below, heavy paint, and you just scrub it into. Now this is why I wanted the paint to be dry, so I can add the effects. Okay, if the paint's kind of wet, you're not going to get the desired effect. It'll be too wet. It'll start to blend and move around and cause you all sorts of grief and strife, you know. So you don't want to do that. We'll come up here a little bit, add some of that up in there. And you really build up your mist. Okay. If you want the mist a little brighter than this, you can do that also, but just very thin, a little bit at a time. All right. So I can take some pure titanium white, go down below, and you can slowly eke it in there a little bit. Because titanium white is very opaque, be careful. It's just gonna brighten up some things. Come up in here. All right, so if you want to brighten it up a little bit, this is how you go about it. Go down below and then go up into your mountain. Just wherever you want that bright paint, the brighter mist to reside. And you only need a small bit of titanium white. Titanium white covers everything. It covers death. So be careful with it. Once again, I'm doing wet on dry. Okay, which is great for effects, which is why I'm doing it. And I'm showing you how to do this. Like I say, it doesn't matter what's going on here because it'll be covered up and gone anyway. So it's okay. All right. I have a towel on my lap. Well, the bucket on my side. Let's pull back. Let's see what we have so far. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Okay. All right. So that's how you do a mountain. You got peaks and all sorts of crazy things happening with it. Okay. All right. I don't seem to have any yellow, so let's. I guess I can use. Now I'm going into my Chalkola paints. I'm not really, I'll use a little bit of it. I'm gonna darken that green up because it looks a little blue when the light hits it. I see, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do, I'll take this brush. I'll mix it. The green's a little light to me. I'll put it right here. All right, we'll pop a little bit of blue in this green mix. We'll deepen that green. There's all sorts of things you can do with the green. Okay, and we'll put a little brown. We'll just gray it up a little. It's like that. Now, I would preferably have you use a palette knife than to use what I just did. Okay, because you have a ton of paint on a brush you're not going to use. So I would do it with a palette knife. I wouldn't necessarily do it with a brush. Okay, anyway, let's go with a smaller fan brush. Let's get this here. We'll come here and we'll get some quick, we'll do it right about in here. I'll just tap in some foothill things. As I got the bulk of the mountain or the foothills going, I'll lighten them up so it looks like it's just coming out of the fog there. Lighten it here. And as you come down, further down, we'll light it here. And we'll just come out and bring it downward. Flip my brush over, I got paint on the other side. And maybe you want some of the foothills to disappear here. Just go real light, almost nothingness. So it gives the appearance that some of that fog is rolling down there. I'll just bring it down. Let's get some more green. Let's get plenty of it. Some more blue. Darken it. Get some brown in there. Make a nice batch like that. Okay. All right. That should be cool. We'll get a nice heavy batch up in here. Very light right up in here. Very light. And continue with the heavy stuff here. I'll come up here. Very light, going back up the hill here. Very light. And we'll spread this noise down this way a little bit. Very light up in here. So you get all sorts of interesting effects. All depends on what you're looking for. Okay. Well, thank you, Mary. Come here and very lightly, spacious. And I'll come up here. We'll kind of get some sneaking up here like that. I'm not adding any water or anything to what you see. There's a reason for that. I'll show you in a second. Come up here like that and move up. trail it up there a little bit. So I'm looking at things here. I'll come down here a little. I don't have to add too much detail to these fellas. But let's let it dry a little bit. And then I'll roll some fog in here. Okay. And it just makes the mountain look absolutely just monstrous and just crazy. Oh, they're talking about the future of daylight savings time on the news. So I got a feeling we're going to end up doing away with it. I know that we're talking about it for years. I'm just getting rid of extra paint. That's all I'm doing. So as I'm talking to you, I'm just getting the paint away from off the brush, basically. All right, we'll leave it like that. Like I say, I don't have to add any detail to those what appear to be foothills or faraway trees. All right. Almost looks, hey, my goodness. How are you there? It's good to see you. If I can pronounce her name, but it's Muation. She's really what I call a Twitcher. She's on Twitch. Okay. An incredible artist. She doesn't really have a set niche of painting just a certain subject and a certain subject alone. She paints everything, and draws everything. And she's done portraits. She's done the movie poster to Godzilla that looked pretty impressive. I haven't even tried that one. She's done everything. Flowers, the whole deal, the whole 9 yards. And she is out of Canada. All these talented Canadians. So, yep. If you have Twitch, go ahead and check her out. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel. I just usually pop in on Twitch and see her. So, very small brush here. I got white paint obviously on it. I'm gonna take a lot of it off because we're gonna scumble some foggy stuff in there, all in between here. Okay, and what we do, flatten the brush. I'll start here in the center, and we'll slowly make our way into each side of the tree line. Okay, not getting rid of a lot of it, but you are just making it look, just softening the edges, making it look obscured a little bit. Okay, and you just roll some of that. You can roll some of it inward if you would like. Have it billow. Okay, but it's very thin paint. You can't, just don't try to do it all in one shot. It comes in layers. Okay, it does come in layers. You do it in layers. And the hand pressure, very light, depending on how much of this you want in there. You got me? All right. And you just come here and you can do it to your heart's content till you feel satisfied with what you have. Okay. Yes, it will tend to, the paint, some of the green will tend to rub off on your brush. That's all right. Take advantage of it. It's okay. It's all right. Hashtag don't panic. You're fine. You'll be okay. Put it right in there. Even if it doesn't look like you're doing something, trust me, you are. You definitely are. But I mean, look at it. See how soft the edges are? It just gives the illusion that, it's all rolling down, and all of that stuff. Thank you. Every once in a while, I have to show people that I actually know a little bit of what I'm talking about. Every once in a while. All the rest of the times I'm just fluffing off. one great big fluff. Basically, what I'm showing you is not even wet on wet style. It's pretty much traditional dry on wet. Basically. Okay. But I do many different variations, many different styles. But all of it can help you out. Hopefully, I'm showing it to you in a way that it will help you out. I don't know if Sonia's still here, but I think I'm gonna still do it's on my mind strong now to do it. So the next time I'm on, I'll do which will probably be later on this evening. I'll do a covered bridge for you and have you understand, hopefully, the perspective, and other people watch the videos, I know, so hopefully it'll help them out. Put it all in there. The clouds going in that one direction was on purpose. Okay, the purplish color that you do see is actually a lot of water, and I took acrylic paint on the water, and I just took the flat brush and just scribble around. Obviously, the water dissipates and it trails and spreads and gives you that effect. And I just took some white paint with blue and painted over the parts that were a little thin, and then I just took bright white and highlighted. Took blue and green, I believe. Blue and brown, I'm sorry. With a little touch of white and just did it on the bodies of the clouds, but still going in that direction. Okay. Which gives you a certain type of look when you put a giant stoic mountain there. All right, so you have movement. Okay. You have movement without really thinking about it much. But you do have movement there. And that's why I did it. All right, I'm still looking at things. I will come here and add a little bit of love up in here like this. And right now I'm just doing things as I'm talking and running my mouth. Actually, the reason why I'm staying so long on this part is because I'm trying to think of what to add next. Basically. So I'm just covering it with fog until whatever idea pops into my mind. Yeah, I'm going to end up doing the Ross thing and plopping a big tree in there somewhere. But the closer you get, the more detailed your subject's going to end up being. Okay. So like I say, I'm playing around here. I'm layering mist on top of previous mist. Things of that nature. Thank you. You Asian, darn it. It's been such a while, I done forgot your actual name. That disturbs me. Oh, you're Life is 7, okay. Art with a pen, hey, Davey, my man, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Davey, he's from jolly old England. He does incredible detailed works of art with a ink pen or small, like the Copic markers. They kind of look. I should be able to find one. I just had one. I was using it. I don't know where I put it. I'd like to show you guys what it looks like, but of course it's probably buried. I can't find it. But it uses either ink pens or markers, and they come out extremely detailed and beautiful works. And you guys should check him out. I mean, I know that you just click on the name and it brings you to their page, and you really should check them out. Okay, I'm done messing with it, but you can see the trail. Okay, which kind of flows. Okay, you follow me? Now I got this thing looking like Jurassic Park or something like that down there. All right. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, so let us, oh, for the guys who've seen all that disturbance over there, let's say, what's the size, 50-inch, 45-inch screen. Anyways, it's a TV over there that's hooked up to my desktop. And I took an excerpt from Jurassic Park, the one where the poor guy gets eaten by the T-Rex on the toilet. I just took a clip of that and put it in VLC and just used it as my screensaver. That's what you see flashing back there. All right. Okay. Let's take this, because one is just blank paper. All right, and we're gonna get rid of that. We're just gonna put color there. I'll just use water. This is 12 by 18-inch watercolor paper. I've been painting on a lot of canvas panels lately, and I ran out of them. I painted them out. I'm adding a little brown in this green, and this is just to cover this stuff up, just to get rid of it. Just cover it up. All right, cover it up. No rhyme or reason. I just want to get rid of the blank paper. Just cover it up. All right, I'll use the rest of the green. A little bit of brown I got left. Sorry about that. I know I just hit the, if I don't have brown, I'll just put the color opposite in there, which is red. We'll just water it up a little bit and come back here and just do one of these numbers. I get it pretty close to all that, and then I'll just fade it in there. I just want to get rid of this. All right, stuff like this, I'll just take it, I'll just scumble some of this in there, more or less. It's all right. Let me blend it up in there. It's okay. It's all right. You're gonna barely see it anyway, depending on what I choose to put in front of all this. Okay, so we've got that little cutoff thing going on. If you don't like it, if it disturbs you, yes, I got a bucket with a coat rack down there, or shoe rack, and just brush off the excess paint with a bucket. Come here, add a little white, and you fade it all in there, right? Blend in, just blend it. If you don't want it in there, I'm just using straight titanium white, slightly wet brush. It's all right, just like this. Just blend it in there. That's all I'm doing, just really blending that stuff in there. You're not even gonna really pay attention to it when it's all said and done, depending on what I put in front. But if it bothers you, just blend it away, blend it in there. It's all right. It's all right. Hashtag don't panic. Just blend it away. All right. Okie dokie. We're at 1 hour and 19 minutes. That's not bad. I don't know if she can, if Vue-Asian, I know she has a Twitch link or a Twitch site. I don't know if she can do it, if she can put her link in there. But try to put your link in there, Vue-Asian. And you too, Davey. Go ahead and put your, if you can, put your link. If not, if DJ has it, because she has the wrench, you can send your link to her and she'll put it in. Okay. So, what am I going to do now? Let's add, let's just add another. I know what I'm gonna do. We'll add, I really don't want to put like extra pine trees in it or whatever. Let's do something a little different. We'll put a baby rock in there. Why not? We'll do that. Okay, let's go back into our deep brown. We'll add some more brown. And I'll put a, I call it a baby rock, but it's nothing but a huge boulder. We'll take palette knife will mix it in real fast. I'm supposed to be doing this guy's comic book. I really should get off my butt and do it and at least start on the freaking thing. We're gonna add what's left of the blue in this brown. So essentially, I'm just making the cloud shade color again. And depending on how deep your red is, you can add a little bit of red in this also. And also depending on how deep your green is, you can add that. It will, when you do stuff like that, add it in small increments, you're making almost a natural black. Okay, but it's not as harsh as actual black. But I got there, it's fine. That's good for rock color. Once again, I'm using it'd be wet on dry. Okay, I'll just get a slab of this. All right. I will kind of pop something over here like this. This time I'll use the palette knife, and we'll just make some rocky outcrop looking thing. We'll come down here and just fill this in with just stuff. It's all right. Maybe we'll end it there. We'll see. Yeah, we'll end it around there. Get some more of this and we'll just kind of fill it in. We'll maybe end it right there, maybe. I might want it a little larger. We'll see as I'm looking at it. As I'm looking at it, I think that would be somewhat, I'm thinking, do I really want to end it there or just, should I just extend this thing? Let's see, we'll extend it downward. I'll just use the rest of this. We'll extend it downward later. We'll extend it downward. Yeah, we'll just pop it right here. Okay, all right, just like that. We'll just extend it. No big deal. Okay. Okay, so we got that established. I'll probably make it look like some type of land here. So we'll use here, let me show you something before I do that. While we're on that subject of glazing, I mentioned something about glazing. Let's take this brush, no big deal. Let's take a little bit of glycerin. We'll put the glycerin right in here. Now what glycerin is going to do with this color, we'll put it right in there like that. Okay, vegetable glycerin will thin this out. Okay, so it's almost like more glycerin than paint. Okay, all right, let's go up to Mr. Mountain here. Let's say I want certain things a little deeper in hue and color. All right, you see what the dark patches is? R is Jesus. All right, no ebonics on my show, no ebonics. And I'll just take it out, just blend it on the edges a little bit. Okay, so we'll do it where the shadows are, just like that. Let's get some more. And you're just adding a glaze on top of what you already had. I'm just really messing with the shadows, really. And because it's very maneuverable, you can just take it with your finger, as you can see. Okay, but now you can see how it's, I'll come here. You see how it's really bringing in those deep tones or bringing them out. All right. If you run out, get a little more glycerin, pop it in there, get a little more of that dark stuff, put it right in there. It's up to you how dark you want it also. And when it dries, you can put more on top of that. You follow me? Okay. Here. We'll add some love in here. We'll bring it down like this. You can even put it on the shaded, on the lit side a little bit. Just move your finger around. Our glycerin, the trick to it is when it as it's drying, it spreads. So if you're worried about streak marks, it's not really going to happen. The streaks will go away. All right. And we'll add a little bit in there like that. Once again, you can use your finger, manipulate it right into that fog a little bit. Okay, come here and really pop it in there like that. And if it's in the fog bank, use your hands, stir it around. It's all right. But you can see now what it's starting to look like. You follow me? Okay. Okay. Let's take some yeah, send me your link if you can. And we'll put it right in there. Let's say I want this a little darker so this stands out a little bit more. I'll take a slightly larger brush than this to do it. And what's going to happen is that when you put the darker color on there, let's use some more brown. I don't have any more blue. Let's get some blue real quick. We're going to need blue anyway when I put the giant tree in there. I don't know if I'm going to put the actual tree with the leaves or I'm just going to use a giant trunk and be extremely detailed with it. Who knows? But we'll see as we're nearing the bottom half of this. Okay. Let's add a little touch of red in there. Okay. Now be careful with red and your umbers. See, this is where I wish I had a little green, but it won't matter right now. I'll just dip a little glycerin in there. Okay. Just like that. Now, as you can see, it's pretty dark. All right, and that's okay. Okay, you just use, if it's dark like that, just use a little more glycerin. And I'll take the glycerin, I'll put it up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. The key is to release a little more glycerin than paint. But I want this to be a little more subdued. I'll come down here to see how bad or how much of it I got. And that's fair. It'll work. I'll just take it just like this. Now remember, it's got glycerin in it. I don't care if I go over the rock. It's no big deal. We're going to go over that. Okay. But because of the glycerin, all right, remember you got the glycerin, just use your little hand and kind of pop it in there like so. The streaks will go away. Okay. Don't fight it. They'll just disappear. Okay. And as you can see, you can just wipe. I'm wiping it off with the towel. You can wipe off the glycerin if you feel you have too much. I don't feel like I have too much. Just like that. Or you can just take and just wipe the whole thing with your finger. It doesn't matter. It depends on how brave you are. You know, how dirty you want to get. It's up to you, really. Okay. There. All right, but that's all I'm looking for. It just adds little texture thingies. Don't worry about none of this. All right, don't fret. Water and vegetable glycerin is like a hot knife through butter. Glycerin and water, not good bedfellows. Water will wipe this stuff off in an instant. All right. Okay. Let's take another knife. We'll do another rock pattern. I'll show you this with this type of palette. If I bring it closer here, I'll bring it where you guys can see it. Let's turn it this way. You guys are pretty familiar with that. All right. I'll bring it down here lower. See what it looks like here. Okay. All right. This is going to give you a different type of texture with your rocks. All right. Before I continue that, I'm going to take my little gadget here and scrape away the garbage. It's nothing but what painters use. It scrapes off paint. So it's got a sharp razor blade on it. Be very careful if you tend to want to use something like this. One wrong swipe, you're going to know it. Be very careful. I got a large waste paper basket with a big bag on the in it, so it's right here right by me, so I can just shake off the excess. And this is just me. I kind of like a cleaned up palette a little bit. Okay, just me. All right. Let's move right along. Let's take some of this deep blue. Let's put it right here. Take a little brown, we'll put it right here, and we'll just kind of mix it together. Once again, it's almost going to get to be black, depending on your ratio of the two colors. All right, you see it's fairly dark. Still got a little bit of blue in it, which is fine. That's cool. And if you want, pop some red in there. Not much. Red is just a very powerful staining color. But look how dark it is. Okay. Once again, it makes a good, if you add white, it make a good cloud mix or whatever. Good mountain mix also. Depends on what you're looking for. All right. Let's add just a slight touch of white to this. Why? Because we'll use it. We'll use this. We don't have to directly marble. We'll keep it marbled. All right. I'm tapping. As you can see, look at the texture. That same texture is on this knife. Okay. All right. So let's angle the camera. Let's bring it about yay high, and we're gonna zoom in. Right about here should be cool. Put the focus on it. All right. Different type of rock texture to kind of separate the big guy back there. All right. And we'll take it right on this edge. And what we're gonna do is like a tap, almost like a tap and pull. And it's going to give you a different look of rock texture. And this is omnidirectional. It doesn't matter which way you place your knife. All right, it's going to give you this crazy texture. Now it's dark on dark, so you might not see it too well, but that's all right. It'll make sense on the highlighting. Okay, and basically you're just tapping, almost like a little tap pull type of deal. Okay, hold the blade pretty. You need plenty of paint to do something like this. We're just gonna tap these little textures on here. It's gonna give a totally different look than what you see in the mountain above us. Okay, and I'm not gonna cover every single bit. Won't be necessary. And remember, keep your light source in mind. My light source is on the left-hand side. So we're just getting interesting little patterns here. Use my right hand here so I can get to the edge there. Once again, it's omnidirectional. Whatever way you hold this particular blade or this palette knife, okay, you'll still get the same results. You can kind of guide where you want this stuff to go. What happens when you place it on there is called accidentals. Okay, so that's what's happening really. I'm not adding any glycerin or anything like that because I want this paint to dry quickly so I can put on its midtones and highlights. Okay, so if you did rocks properly or any subject properly, you got your mids, your lights, and obviously your darks. Okay, depending on how you want to work. And that goes for pretty much any aspect of art. If you're painting, watercoloring, drawing, penciling, you got those three things to keep in mind: your mids, your lights, and your darks. Doesn't matter the subject. As long as you live on the planet Earth, you're going to deal with mids, lights, and darks. Okay. So, I got this dark stuff here. Not too much of it, but I got some. I just use some more brown. Mix it in there. A little bit of white. It's going to turn a weird kind of a gray on you. Okay. How do I know what color is going to turn gray, what color is going to do what? Well, you just keep messing around with color, doing what I'm doing. You mix certain colors together. Obviously, there's tons of books and, color theory and all that fun stuff. If you mix two opposites together, you're gonna get a funky brown because they cancel each other out. Add white, it turns to a gray. If you want a whitish gray, a bluish gray, a greenish gray, brownish gray, all depends on what colors you're putting together and how much white you're adding to it. All right. And gray is a neutral color. Everything, gray accepts everything. It's friendly with everybody. Okay. So we've established our dark stuff. All right, we're gonna come in here, just tap, funky little textures. All right, now you choose where you want to place your. Now this is the mid color, so choose where you want to place your little highlights and such. All right, so obviously there's going to be highlights right on the top here. Right up around in this area. Get some more. You get accustomed to it. You go through this pretty quickly. And I'll kind of tap on where I want things to be a little bit. Now remember, I am on watercolor paper. It's starting to buckle a bit. It's what's going on. Obviously, it's wet. As it dries, it's going to pull back and flatten out. I don't really have the time to wait through all of that. And as I'm doing this, the texture from the previous paint is what's adding all of this joy. All those textures you're looking at. Okay. My light is on the side that I'm doing this, so you might not see it too well. You just might see an amorphous blob. Okay, until this stuff dries up a bit, it'll dull out. You'll be able to see it. But you can see the little wavy buckles going on. Once again, this is the mid tone. Okay, I'm not getting rid of all of the darks. But you can start to see now the rock shape starting to form. All in your mind's eye, how much of this stuff you want shown. Okay, obviously as it gets closer toward the bottom, you're not going to see as much. And I'll leave a little bit of that alone. I'll come here where I might want more solid surface color there. As I'm doing this, you figure that this texture can only be used for rocks. Wrong. You can do waves the same way. Okay. You can do rough looking clouds the same way. You just smooth out your ends. Okay. It's all in how you see it, how you want it shown, how you want to do it. Okay. All right. Once again, as usual, I ran out of white. It's okay. I prefer titanium white. Mixing white has its uses. I try to avoid it like a vampire avoids the cross. It really doesn't bode well for me and my particular style of painting. But I have used it and regretted it every time, but I have used it. I'm gonna just add white to the mix we have. Okay. I'll marble it a little bit like this. I don't want it totally looking like that. That's fine. Just pat it. Okay. Remember, the more texture you have on here, the easier it is for you to do the highlight. Okay. All right. We know that the mountain, you can't see it as of right now, but the light is on the right hand side. So we'll play here around the right hand side. Now let's take the knife very gently and you just rub across like so. Look at this. Now it's like a fun little game. Now you can just play. Okay. Come on over here on the side, like so. And just play, let's shade the rock. Come up here. Come around this edge. Just keep playing with it. Yep. Let's play, let's shade the rock. Let's highlight the rock. Come around here. Let's get a little bend in here. Right up top. Come on down. And have a nice little curve up in there. And we'll kind of slope it this way, have it disappear a little bit. I'm wiping off my blade on my towel as I gather more color. We'll come over here. We'll slide a little bit there. I can move some around, add it in other places. No biggie. Okay. If something looks a little too smooth, I can correct that also. In the face, some of this stuff, I'll just keep tapping it. It'll just blend away. Okay. I think we're good. We're cool. I don't think I gotta add really too much more to that anyway. All right, you see also the little weird little patterns going on back here. That is just like land or what have you. Doesn't matter. It's all right. Done deal. Okay. All right, let's pull back a bit. Did I lose everybody? Nobody's talking. Oh, can somebody please hit thumbs up? That looks depressing. I know we have like 9 people or so watching. All right, let's pull back. Back some more. Let's see if we can get this whole thing up. You guys can see the whole deal. We'll pop the focus on there. All right, so this is what we have so far. All right. So, all right, it looks like we're actually standing on a perch somewhere because now we're like probably a few thousand feet in the air. Okay, you see the foothills. What's the beginning of a valley down here? So I wouldn't like put a blindfold on and jump. Okay, all right, Asian. Man, do I really? I am gonna have to put a giant tree there. I don't want to, but looks like we're gonna go that route. Giant tree. Okay. I was just thinking about something. All right, let's do giant tree time. We're gonna take a 1-inch flat brush. We'll do a detailed tree of some sort. All right, brown, blue, mix it in. Mix it in. Now mix some of that white in there. Get some red. We'll claim some of that dark back. I'm thinking that might not be enough color, but we'll see. I don't want to add anything to it because I want it, once again, to dry pretty quickly. Oh, brother, let's put it. Do I want to put the do I want to put it in front of the rock or behind the rock? Decisions. Anyway, I'll sketch it behind the rock. We'll come here, a little peak thing in there, and we'll come out this way. All right, and then we'll come probably here. Get a little lump, and then we'll put it here. Okay. I think we'll put it behind the rock. No problem. Very deep, dark color here. We'll block it all in. Now, since I got this monstrosity of a tree, we're gonna need more color. This is not gonna be enough, I can tell. I know I use a certain brown and a certain blue for this, so I'm gonna have to dig up some more paint. We don't have enough. Which happens. I'm glad it did happen. It's all right. I would rather run out, make some more, than to make too much and waste the paint. So it's all good. All right. Okay. Okay. Windsor blue, burnt umber. Let's go into our burnt umber first. Get a nice pile of it, and then we'll mix that blue in there, just like this. I must have added, oh, I know what I added in there. I think I ended up adding white to kind of kill some of that. All right, this should be fine. It should be dark enough. Yeah, that's fine. It's good. It's good. No problem. I just want it dark. It doesn't matter if it has a little blue and red in it. It won't matter when I do the details. As long as it's dark. And get enough of it. And the same thing I did like with the mountain. I just block all this color in for right now. Block it in. Paint right past the tape. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So we have this giant knob-looking tree. I might want to tighten that up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'll thicken it up. Yeah. And I might make it a little bit wider down there. All right. Just gently. I might pop a branch in here just like that. Even though you don't see it too much, we'll put a branch in there. Can't have no wimp branch. It's gotta be pretty meaty looking branch there. All right. No nerd branches. We need something with a little body to it there. And that's pretty much all I want. All right, just thicken the bottom edge over on the right hand side where this rock is, so we can cover more rock, so it does give the appearance that the rock is in front of that guy, like so. Okay, you don't need to cover half the rock, just a little bit. All right. Okay. Thank you, Rosemary. I do the same thing, Duation. If I'm watching somebody and I really don't want to be live, then I'll watch. I'll paint along or paint something while I'm doing it. All right. Okay, we're good. We're cool. It's all good. That's it. Blocking the tree. I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning this brush up very well. Try not to get paint in the furrow. You know what the furrow is? It's this. Trying to get paint all in there. Once it hardens, it's a bear. Once when paint hardens, it expand. That's when the bristles kind of flay out. Okay, but you see it's got a nice tight edge on that. And you want to keep your brushes looking like that if you possibly can. Okay, all right. Okay, we'll let it tack up a little bit. We're gonna make some bark. All right. Oh, we almost got it centered right. I must have moved it. Let's see if I can just touch it up over here a little bit. I think we're good. We're about as good as we're gonna get. All right, it's all good. Okay. So as we have this doing its thing, we're gonna let it tack up a bit. I'll play with what we have here. We got some blue and brown. All right. We'll put it right here. I get a little bit of white, pop it in there. Once again, it's going to turn, well, it's going to probably turn blue-gray. And if it does, we'll make some adjustments. Yep, it's going to turn out weird. We're just going to add some more. Well, I don't think I really want to add. I'm going to add some more brown to that. I want it a little more brownish. I think that'll help. Still on the gray side, I want a little touch of brown in it though. Looks odd. It does. Okay, let's move this over here. Okay. All right. I want to add some more brown to that. Just keep mixing it. Keep mixing. A little bit of red in there. Keep blending it. There. That's cool. That'll work. Right, now you look at the color difference between that. All right. Okay. I think that'll work. That'll work fine. So, all right. We'll add some crazy textures to yonder tree. Obviously, the lit side will be on the left. The darker side will be on the right, and we're going to do that. Okay. All right. And it's going to be a detailed tree. We're gonna have its lit side, its dark side, to convey roundness to this fellow. Okay. All right. I'll do it with a palette knife because one, I like it. It's fun. All right, you get all sorts of fun bark-like patterns from the tree. We'll start around in here. I'll get as close to that dark side as I can. Okay, and I just want some crazy textures happening, but we'll do it right here at the close to the bark side of the tree. And I'm rubbing pretty hard actually to get that look of rough textured bark. Okay, this won't go as slow as you think. We're gonna trudge right along with this. Once again, I've been doing this for a minute. Okay, and when you paint like this, one thing you don't want to do is really be shy about it. You know, as William Alexander would say, fire in. And it's true. It's true. You know, you gotta go for the gusto, man. Put it in there. Okay. Put it in there. As you see, I'm starting off with like a line and just slowly just keep working that line. Okay. And you see all sorts of interesting patterns going on. All right. Once again, this is the very simple theory of lighter brings you closer, darker sets back. Well, that is very true. Just look at what I'm doing right now. You can see it in front of your eyes. Okay, obviously, even though it's a earth color, it's darker color, but not as dark as the base of the tree. So what happens? This appears to pop out and your darker color recedes. Very simple. All right, I'm doing it. I'm showing you as I'm doing it. Okay, let's add a little pattern here, just like this. Right. Almost like a part of a whole little tree there. Okay. And we'll just keep it moving. Now, it appears like I'm painting the whole tree this way. And you would be right. Why am I doing that? I thought you're gonna get a light and a dark side of a tree. Well, I am. Have patience, grasshopper, have patience. I'm gonna do more of that glaze thing. That's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. There's a few different methods on how to achieve the look that you're looking for, and I just try to provide that method a bit. Once again, we'll go with that little curvy thing there. Okay, and then I'll trail some of it off. And then I'll come out here, add some more interesting little lines and such. Now, people who are not in the know will think I took a tiny little brush and drew in, painted in all those little divots and such. And I will let them believe that if it means that they'll pay that much extra. Deceiving, I know. But hey, I got a dog to feed. I got a hungry cat. But there's always little tricks of the trade. You know. Okay. All right. But you see how we did that? Okay. Now remember the light side over here. Okay. All right. Okay. Let us, boy, I got all of that, but I don't need it. Let's go with some blue. I don't think I got much red left, but it's all right. We're gonna make a weird purpley color here. I want a darker, this is for the shaded side of the tree, believe it or not. Now, yeah, that's fine, that'll work. That'll be okay. Let's spread it out a little bit like that. Okay. We're going to use that as the dark side of the tree. Okay. Remember, the dark side is over here on the right. All right. So let's take it, get a little bit on our little knife there. Yeah, it's a very convincing way to do tree bark, tree texture, all that good stuff. It is. We're going to come here and we're going to, now remember, you already got a pattern already on this guy because of the paint you put on before it. We're not going to get rid of all that pattern. You're just going to put some of this dark stuff, some of this love on that side of the tree. I want it to be a little more natural so it doesn't look like it's a radioactive tree. All right, we don't need no gamma radiated trees here. And so this is just all I'm doing is going over, glazing over, piece wiping over brown that we've just put on that side of the tree. Okay. And once you just get enough of it in there, just to notice that you got a shaded side of the tree. Okay. We have that branch there. The branches will be, it's darker on the bottom here, not on top, just like that. Just a little bit there. We'll play around here by this rock, shade it a little bit more by Mr. Rock here. Why am I shading it more towards the rock? So the rock can be seen and you know the rock is in front of this guy. Got me? All right. Okay. What little bit of white we have left here. A little bit of brown with that white. Yeah, we got touches of blue in there, but it's okay. Let's kind of spread that out really thin there. Let's come over here, get a nice thin amount. Okay, we're gonna come on the opposite side of the tree and we're gonna play. We're gonna play a little bit. Right back where the edge of the tree is here. We're gonna do a little bit of playing. Up here on the top, we'll play a little bit there. Come on around. Come around that curve there. One there, one there. Here's the sad part. Think you have enough white paint and you don't, but it's okay. It's okay. bunch of white paint there. This is not the total this is not the total not the total highlight color I'm referring to it. Okay. Yeah. You get some more. Come on here, get some of the grooves going there. Once again, just have a little fun. Hopefully my head is not in the way. I got a bad habit of doing that. I apologize if it is. I do have a bad habit of doing that. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's get rid of that. We're at the 99% mark here. We have to put this tree, even though, well, here, I know I got rid of, let me do something here. I know I got rid of the other previous color. We'll just use this real quick. Real fast. We'll lighten up a color real fast here. Has to be brighter than that. This is not for the tree. This is actually for the rock. This guy right here. Because we need to kind of put him in the forefront. You got to put him in Front Street a little bit more. It's just me highlighting the rock a little bit more to bring him in the directly in the foreground. Okay, and that's basically all I'm doing right now, putting just the rock in the foreground. And just using some of that really bright greenish white to do so. Not too hard to do it because all that texture is already there. Put some on the top there. Put it in there. Okay. It's just to put him, boom, right up front. A little bit more. All right. Okie dokie. Let's take a color that you don't expect me to use. If I can find it. If I can't find it, I'll just make pretend it is it. We'll use yellow ochre. That's fine. We'll put yellow ochre. We'll put a dab of that right there. Yeah, I know, dog. I'll have to take you outside. I'm almost done. Go somewhere. Okay. A little yellow ochre and white. Like that. That doesn't look like you would use that really for a highlight color, but we are right on the very edge of the tree. Okay, and sometimes it just takes a little tap like that. See this? Right on the edge of the tree there, very edge of the tree, like that. All right. Yeah, we'll use it here. Literally, we're highlighting the tree, but right on its very edge there. Okay, we'll put some of that glow just beyond a little bit, not all over the place, just beyond. careful doing it. I don't want to go too far in, and not every inch of the tree. Okay. I think we're good, really. I don't think I have to add too much more to this. All right. So as you can see, okay, pretty neat. All right, this is where I will put my, I'll use a little bit of brown, and I go into the super dark blue, I'll mix it together. We're gonna put what I call my bargain basement dollar store eagle. Real simple way to put a nice majestic bird. Okay, all right. Usually when you place eagles, you place them way up here somewhere or whatever, but they're already thousands of feet in the air, so we're gonna place a nice sized one. You have to make it big enough to where it would be noticed right here, right here, right here, right here. Give them quite a big wingspan there. Then we'll come right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Give them a wingspan. Give them something that, you notice that this thing is there. Okay. Like that. All right. You know he's there. All right. Very simple bargain basement eagle. Even at this distance, you know he's there. Take some pure white paint. This is like the easiest way to make a bald eagle. And you put a dab of white paint right there in the middle. Unmistakable. Bald eagle. The bargain store basement brand of bald eagle. Okay. How simple is that? Okay. I guess I'll be cute, and I'll just put my name right in the bark of the tree, just like this. I'll just play with the bark and pop my initials in there. There we go. It's already November. Incredible. There we are. All right. All right, let's peel the tape off. We can make this mess here go away. Okay. All right, let's peel the tape off and see what we got here. I usually tape my border because it has a professional look to me. At least I think so. It's my opinion. It's just like I like to do. I really didn't want to keep everybody here over 2 hours, but all right. I believe you guys can almost see the whole thing. Let's get it past my name here. Okay, I'll put the focus on it. You guys know the spiel. I will take a picture of it. It'll be posted on Facebook. It'll be posted on Instagram. I'll make a thumbnail of it. All right. Okay. I used to do a bunch of paintings like this. Throw a tree in the mountain in the back and clouds, whatever, and call it a day. I haven't done anything like this in a minute, so I decided to do it today. So if you notice different texture styles in rocks, the texture that I use for the mountain is not the same for the rock. Shows you with a palette knife how you can get the texture in the bark for a giant weathered tree there. You got our mist, our land down here, and our mist rolling down into the foothills. All right, eagle clouds going in a different direction. Okay, so once again, there's still activity and a little bit of movement in the painting. Okay, so hopefully I showed you how to make almost a 3D-ish looking painting with depth, aerial perspective, and all that on a one-dimensional sheet of watercolor paper. I appreciate you guys watching, and I shall see you when I see you. You Asian, thank you so much for visiting. I appreciate it. It's been a while. It's good to see you. Davey, thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. Really do. Okay, guys. Until next time. Peace.